Hey everyone, and welcome back. So we did a bunch of font exploration before, learning about, ways we can find fonts, how to use them in different scenarios. Now we are going to work on our own typographic system. We're going to find things like, the types of font families we're going to use for our headings and for our body copy. And this is just so we can explore. Nothing is going to be set in stone here. So let's jump right in. So I'm just going to grab a bunch of different types of font families that I'm going to look at for both the heading and for the actual body copy and UI and all the rest of the stuff. So let's jump in. So I'm going to use a text tool, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to, let's just bump that size up to 24. And okay, so we have something in there. I'm going to go into my plugins, get yourself lorem ipsum if you didn't already get it. And we are definitely not going to use Comic Sans. For now, I'm going to generate two things. I'm going to generate two sentences. Let's actually generate more than that, so we can get, just a good sense of what a little bit of a paragraph could look like. So let's generate something like maybe 3 sentences. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to bring that in here. Perfect. And I'm going to duplicate that layer up there. And I'm going to just find the stuff you'll love. Okay. That's what we're going to do. These are going to be my heading variations, and this is going to be my body copy. So I can actually bring this down to something like maybe 16 pixels. And I'm going to actually duplicate this a bunch so that way I can find whatever pairing is going to work best for us and for me. I mean, yours may be different and you can change it. Definitely you can change it. So the different pairings that I personally liked, so I mentioned Martel. That's a really nice one. Has a nice bold. What else is there? So that's a nice heading. Oops. I'm just going to make duplicates. There we go. There was Laura. I liked Laura a lot actually, and I think I'm already heading in that direction. Then we have Merriweather, which is another really solid font. And then what else do we have? We have, I think we should probably explore maybe Garamond. So, we'll stick with that for the headings. For the body copy, this is what I usually do. I just basically come in here and I say, okay, these are my headings. So I'll just maybe rename these all to headings. And then these ones, I'll just call them body. And so, I'll just grab some fonts here. So I have Open Sans, which is a really great one. And then I'm going to make a bunch of copies. So I have Open Sans. What else is there? I like Lato. That one's a really nice one. We have Roboto. We have Source. Sans Pro. And then, you know what? I'm going to throw in Inter because that's another great one too. So now we have a bunch of different fonts, font families for these various, types of applications, I would say. Sometimes I'll even grab a button. So I'll grab this and, just to think about UI elements, and I'll just say button label. And I'm going to click that button label. So it's clicked and Shift A. And I'll just say this is a button. And we can just leave the button to be, we can make it black or we can make it white. This is the first step though, just getting some stuff out there. So this one was that button. What do we do here? We have Lato. What else is there? This one's Roboto. And I'm going to show you what I usually do when it comes to just choosing a typeface. we got Source Sans Pro, and then we have the insert font. Okay, perfect. So we have a bunch of fonts here, and we fix that. Okay, some big fat buttons. Nice. Okay. So this is where we're going to stop for now. We have our layout of just a couple of different variations here. I think we can actually bump these up to, say, maybe 32, and then we can get going.